Hi, Grayson. I wish you good health. I will go over eight troublesome modifiers. Modifiers are words used to describe or modify other words. And you know that modifiers are divided into two parts: adjectives or adverbs. Adjectives are words used to describe nouns or pronouns, but adverbs are words used to describe verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Let's start with the first troublesome modifier, bad and badly, which make you confused in some structures. Now, look at these two examples here. Fido was bad, Fido behaved badly. You know that bad here is an adjective which used to modify the noun Fido. But badly here is an adverb which used to modify the action verb behaved. And you know that most adverbs end with ly, and you know that most adverbs follow action verbs like behaved. But you know that adjectives can follow verbs, but which verbs? Linking verbs like was. You know the linking verbs which I explained in the first semester, like was, is, am, are, or sound, look, grow, turn, wherever. You can open page 63 to find all linking verbs. So here bad is bad here is an adjective which used after the linking verb was. Badly is an adverb which is used after the action verb. Now let's move to our examples here. As you notice here that these examples are labeled by non-standard and standard. Now the sharing verb here is smelled. You know that smelled is not an action verb. Smelled is a linking verb. So in this case, the correct use is bad because it's an adjective. And I told you before that adjectives follow linking verbs. Now, but also you have to know the difference between non-standard and standard. When I say non-standard words mean that these words are used grammatically incorrect, but the standard is correct. So when I say the cheese smelled bad, here this structure is a standard, or the use of the word bad here is a standard, which means correct. Why? Because bad here comes after the linking verb smelled. But in the first example, you can't use adverb after the linking verb smelled. Okay? So the second sentence or the second structure is correct or standard because smelled is a linking verb and all linking verbs take adjectives. Now, let's move to these examples. She feels badly, she feels bad. If you use the adverb badly after feel, so in this case the use is an informal. But when you use adjective after the verb feel, so here it's formal. And you know the difference between informal and formal. You know that informal words are words used in everyday language, everyday speaking, drawing, but formal use or formal words are used as serious speaking and writing. So both sentences are correct, but the difference used is formal and informal. Okay, so when I say I feel badly, informal. When I say I feel bad, it's formal. Okay, now let's move to the second troublesome modifiers, good and will. You know that good is the opposite of bad, well is the opposite of badly. You know that well is an adverb, good is an adjective. So look at these three examples below. She sings good, she sings well. As you notice here that the first sentence is labeled wide and standard. So why? Because sings is an action verb. So it's wrong to use good, this adjective, after the action verb. But when I say she sings well, it's correct. It's a standard use. Why? Because sings is an action verb and will is an adverb. Now let's move to the third example. Her singing sounds good. You will ask yourself, why is good used here after the verb sound? Because sound is a linking verb. So sound is a linking verb, and you know that linking verbs take what? Take adjectives. So it's a standard use here. Why? Because sound is a linking verb. It's not an action verb. So you have to use adjective after the linking verb. But sing here on page 261, action verb, and all action verbs take adverbs. Okay, now I want you to move to the last two examples at the bottom of page 261. You know that well can be used as an adjective or as an adverb. Now look at the first example. Trish is well. All is well. Here is, you know that is a linking verb, right? And you have to use adjectives after is. So you have to say here in this case, Trish is good, all is good. But well here is used as an adjective. Why? Because it means good health. And well here means satisfactory. So if you want to use well and good health or satisfactory, so in this case you can use well after the linking verb, just if you want to use these meanings. So if you want to use well as good health, you can say I am well, it's okay. And if you want to use well, which means satisfactory, you can say I am well. Okay, now move to the next page, page 262. And I want you to look at the top of the page here. There is another example of well. Well here is used as an adverb, means capably. Okay, so it's easy to use well here, or it's clear to use well after the action verb did. Now, let's move, guys, to the third troublesome modifier, slow and slowly. Okay, now you know that slow is an adjective and slowly is an adverb, right? So you have to use adjectives before nouns or after linking verbs. Sorry. And you can use slowly after action verbs. But informal, I want you to focus on the word informal. Now, sometimes you can use slow as an adverb just in an informal case. So sometimes you can say go slow, not slowly. Why? Because the sentence or the structure is an informal. Again, slow is an adjective, but sometimes you can use it as an adverb, just if the sentence is an informal. Okay? But look here in slowly. The train slowly came, drive slowly, you know that informal uses, you have to use it slowly after the action verb. Okay? So just here you have to focus just that slow can be used as an adverb just in an informal case. If the use is an informal, you can use it slow. Okay, just in an informal situations. Now let's move to the last group of modifier here. Real and really. You know that real is an adjective, means actual. Really is an adverb, means actually or truly. You know that. Look at these two examples. Tom is a real mountain climber here. Real is an adjective, okay, because real here is describing the noun climber here. But here, really is an adverb, and this adverb is modifying the action verb need here. So it's easy to distinguish between these. But I want you to look at these two examples here on page 262. Sometimes you can use real after action verb. But it's wrong to use adjective after action verb. Just in this case, if you want to use informal structure, you can use real after the action verb. But if you want to use formal structure, you can use really after the action verb here. Okay, so this is all the difference between these two words. If you want to use real in an informal use, you can use it after the action verb. So you can say here, he kicked real. But formal, you have to use really, he kicked really. Okay, guys? Now, I want you to move to exercise 2 on page 262. I want you to do it alone. After you answer this exercise, please send the answer to Mr. Hazm's WhatsApp, and later I will send the answer, okay? And also I will send a short quiz for best topic. Okay, guys?